Oh shit. I reckon we can probably get started. What do you reckon? Been a while since I've streamed, since last Wednesday. God damn. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I took yesterday because I had it off stream. I did a little bit of planning. Also logged bugs that people have found from the playtest. And yeah, I got some good feedback from some people that I got playtest, and that's kind of influencing a lot of the work that we're going to be doing basically this month. Yeah, a lot of reworking stuff, but not complete rebuilds of systems, so that's always nice. So we're starting off with a staff rework. I guess I can open up the card for it. But yeah, changing it so staff are going to get unrosted every day, so you're kind of having to re-roster your staff at the beginning of every day. Kind of twofold for this is like it's going to show, well actually it's one reason, but it's, I think when staff is, and I know we want to build the habit in players that they go back and check the staff panel. But you know, if that's not the case and like they're on autopilot, they're just going to keep having employees calling in sick. So by having them roster it each day, it kind of forces them to check their fatigue every day. Start day checklist. Another way to make that easier as well is the checklist that is on the start day, which I probably can open up, like this guy, is changing this to a button. So I'm going to have to change the size of this, but it's going to be a button that you can just click and then it's going to auto open that panel as well. Empty payroll, yeah, so it's just I didn't have a default screen for if you have no one in payroll, so it was causing some confusion. A pop-up when someone calls in sick, and then changing their adding their expected wage to also be on the payroll panel, not just the recruitment panel, because that's going to come into happiness, which we haven't implemented yet, but we will be doing that today. Well, not today, probably. Oh, we'll see if we get through this, but maybe tomorrow. But all right, so staff rework. Staff get unrostered at the beginning of each day. Close Steam so I don't get any notifications. No, open that off stream. All right. So unrostered at the end of each day. I think there's an easy way that I can actually do that. And that's going to be this. Payroll data. Now I need to check, is payroll data only getting added to when, like this just goes to show that I have no idea when my scripts are calling, I've already forgotten. They're only getting added to that list when they're getting rostered on. No, it's when they're getting added to payroll, right? All right, so if we go to the hire section, here is when we're adding payroll data. We're removing it in the fire section. Remove. Yeah. All right. That's if they're fired. Recruitment's if just if they've been hired. Okay, there's probably actually a couple of things that I'm probably confused about now. So refreshing the... refresh the daily panel, right? Current rostered equals staff rostered. Yes. Sorry that I'm like kind of relearning how my thing's working. So we need to load the payroll list. Okay, then it adds the list. So I probably need to go into payroll items. Is rostered in the payroll data. So that's what we're going to need to be changing. All right, so that means if we come back to, I believe I was doing this in the cafe manager. So we're probably going to have an order of operations problem here. So we want to roster everyone off. And if we roster them off before this inactive stuff, is all of this logic's going to happen first. So I think because of that, I probably want to do all the inactive stuff before active staff, like this. And I think it's literally as easy as doing this. False. Just changing their roster status here to be false. Maybe. And we'll change that to be a button as well, so you can do that straight away. So it's this guy. HUD start day panel. And we have to make this bigger, I wonder. Move this whole panel down. We know it's 410. Let me write that down. So we can kind of see what it looks like on the screen. Yeah, it's like I don't really want to make it too much bigger than that. So because of that, probably can shrink this guy down. Content sorting. I'm gonna add it to this. I think. Because then we can duplicate this. So we're getting rid of staff rostered. That's a good typo. So we had staff rostered. It's the text on here that's going to be annoying, I think. Because we could do staff rostered. But I think realistically what this is going to need to be is... oh, shit. I mean, sure. Is you've got to like half it. So we're making this panel 60, so it's going to be 30 text top, duplicate text bottom. This will be 30 and this will be 0. So up here you'll say staff rostered, and down the bottom it will say 0 out of 2. Now I have an idea. Because you don't need to have multiple people rostered all the time. So because of that, we can get rid of this guy now. Gonna need to add some spacing on there, but I mean we need to change all of these buttons realistically, because that's one button there, and then we're gonna want menu set button. But I actually wanted to change this. This is a part of another rework, I think. I had... Is it in part of this? Daily checklist showing how many recipes they have active. I've got like a bit of extra functionality in there. So in here we want to have like menu recipes selected. Selected. The default for this is like 3, I think, but have that. Then get rid of menu set. And then we can have another thing here. We'll just duplicate this button again. Menu set, and this is going to be called check reviews. This one doesn't need this, so instead we're going to go 15, 15. Check reviews. Get rid of this guy. Alright, content sorting. Something like this. And I'm going to use different colored buttons as a way to distinguish between these. Who controls all the start date panel logic? That's the UI manager, right? So we're going to add some... Yeah, we can add it in here and go... color equals m underscore positive color call it neutral color. It's not really what I want. And then negative color. So we have tons of buttons. We technically still have total rostered text. Oh, okay, no, that's different. That needs to change. Okay. Or did I do it down here? I didn't. I mean, we can just use dynamic variables for that. Yeah, we can. So we're going to change this to just be rostered text. Get rid of this guy. I can cause some errors down here, but what we're going to do now is going to be m underscore rostered text dot text equals, and then we have a dynamic thing here for this. And it's going to be staff rostered, and then that. Normally I don't like having strings, like dynamic strings like this in code, but because realistically the only thing in code is just this, like the slash, like that's the big who cares. Now we have checks here. There's actually a couple of things we want to do here. Let's do reviews checked as like it's correct. These technically don't exist anymore. So let's just comment them out, because then we can see. Okay. We're going to have recipes. Text is going to need to be in here. We're going to need some images, 3 images. Serialized field, private image, m underscore review button image, recipe button image, and staff button image. So now we come down here. So if reviews have been checked, m underscore review button image dot color equals m underscore positive color. Else it'll equal the negative color. Okay, so I've selected recipes count is, let's say, less than or equal to 0. This should be review, not recipe button. It's less than or equal to 0. M underscore recipe button image color equals negative color. Else if recipe data source is greater than 0 and data source is less than think we also are then accessing recipe data source again. Recipe data source dot recipes max. This is when we want the neutral color. And I think now we can add else. And this will be positive color. We need to deal with the staff rostered as well, but in here we can, I mean realistically actually we can just go m underscore recipe text dot text equals dynamic recipe data source dot selected recipe count. Oh, we don't need two strings in dynamic strings like this. Get rid of that. And then we go this. Select recipe count dash, and then need another thing for recipe data source dot recipe max. I think is what we want. So that's going to be the strings for those updated now. We should also do the staff. So if we go if recipe data source dot, not recipe data source, it needs staff data source dot staff rostered is less than or equal to is less than or equal to 0 m underscore staff button image color equals negative else if is greater than 0 and staff data source is less than okay, then we do that. So now we need to grab a lot of interesting things here. For positive color, we literally can just rip it straight from that. Just do this for all of these. Negative color, we can rip from that as well. And then in terms of neutral color, we can rip it straight from this. Okay, then we need to check reviews button. This menu, staff button. Okay, the menu. This. Oh, I just did the wrong thing. This is staff. And the menu is this one. Okay. Kind of wanting to now change the start day button to not be green. Because now they're all going to be green, but it's like, oh, we'll leave it as is for now. It's easy enough to change it. So this guy needs to be back at 410. Now, there's something that we're probably not doing, which is a bit of a cleanup thing. If we come back to the staff panel, it's going to be cafe manager. When we're doing this, we should go staff data source dot staff rostered negative. Just do a catch anyway if somehow staff data source is less than 0. All right, we should be able to test that now. So to do that, we're going to need to go to the scenes, go back to the main menu. Do I want the tutorial? No. 56. So another change I'm going to do is because this defaults at 1 is I'm going to default this at the maximum ingredients just to try and make that easier. Anyway, but we need 56. We don't care about. Okay, I can do see a problem with that, so let's change that then. Okay, 56. Start week. Something odd is happening up here. I haven't set up the buttons to actually go to anything yet, but yeah, those colors are wrong. And I think there's actually a reason for that. It's a bit annoying, but it's good because I didn't catch the button, adding the buttons. But so what's happened here is we can just go onto this guy now. Just go up here. Is it's selecting the wrong image, I think. So if we come to this guy, we can just open one of these, like bang. I have a feeling it's like accessing the image through the button. So then it's like changing one of these, maybe. I don't know. Oh no, it's because I need to change all of these buttons need to be changed to white. Not readable, I know, but because it was trying to change the color on top of the green button itself. So that's easy fix. So check reviews button. What the hell is this? Okay, well that's where that bug's coming from. This is all started off. Actually, this actually does exactly what I want it to do. If we open the reviews panel off of this, we don't want it to start day, that's for sure. It opens the reviews panel. This one opens the recipe panel. This one opens the staff panel. This one we'll call start game. Okay. Run it back. We run it back. Oh, gosh. Okay. So that's all red as intended. Check reviews. Now it turns green. Recipes selected. So if we put in 1, it turns to orange. And staff roster 0 out of 1. So if we come into here and go bang, bang, and we come higher Georgia. Went to yellow instead. Okay, so we've got a bug. We got a bug. This should have gone to green because we're actually at the maximum amount. We can review that in a second though, because I want to check that the staff gets unrostered at the end of every day. I think we can just start day, yeah. The coffee's too expensive. Not that I care for the sake of testing in this. Okay, there you go. The staff unrostered themselves. And then for the sake of making sure this didn't break, less sugar, less sugar. Not that I need to be doing this. Okay. Just need to make sure that her fatigue is going to be incrementing properly. Yep, it has. Cool. Okay, so I've got a bug that the rostering's not working properly, at least the color of it. So if staff rostered is greater than 0, which is going to be hitting, and staff rostered is less than payroll max, hit the neutral color. I think the easiest way for me to test this is literally to just breakpoint it. Because that shouldn't be true. Staff payroll max. Oh. Now I see what happened. Is I'm using staff payroll max. It needs to be staff rostered max. No need for breakpoint. It's fixed. So if we come back in here and go roster on, it's now green. Very good. All right. So where does that land us here? So we've done this. We've done this. Make an empty payroll panel. It's boring. It's easy enough to do. Let's just do it. Get rid of the onboarding dude for a second. We duplicate this, payroll parent, active, inactive, potentially. Turn off active for now, put in inactive. It's not how you spell it. Like this, list. It's not going to load with anything, so it doesn't matter. It's literally just need to clear out the content title. Has nothing. I mean, realistically, all of this has just nothing, right? And it's going to do this. And then we just have like a, create empty. Like this, just go text. Vulcan. Get this guy, get the title, get the color from this. You paste. You have no staff on payroll yet. Go to the recruitment section to hire an employee. Centered. Let's get rid of the full stops. So I think we just have that. You have no staff on payroll yet. Go to the recruitment section to hire an employee. So come to the staff panel now. You can just add it outside of this. We can say, oh no, it's kind of all a part of payroll, so we probably can have it in here, but listed outside of here maybe. So we're gonna go serialized field, private game object, m underscore payroll active object. And this one's gonna be called payroll inactive object. So then when we're loading the payroll panel, for no staff to hire, that's not correct. Load recruitment panel. I just copy pasted out of there. So in here, we're just going to say, I mean, what we can do is go m underscore payroll active dot set active equals true m underscore wait payroll inactive set active false. Something like that. So I want to make it a bit smaller. Yeah, a little bit. Let's max it out at maybe 60. Yep. Happy with that. Come to staff panel. Active, inactive. Let's just enable active by default. Okay, we can close the staff panel. Actually, I can test out if I've actually set up some other scripts properly because of this now. Yeah, save that. Oh. No, probably come back on here. We always need to make sure the onboarding is enabled. I need to make like a checklist for that actually, probably. Whenever I create a build that I've got all the correct objects enabled. But come straight into this. We come into our staff. That's fire. Cool. Done. All right. Done. Create a pop-up for when someone calls in sick. Now, there's probably something I want to do as a default here. So, we come into the UI. I think it's... Turn off onboarding again for a second. Who had the guy that I wanted? It's probably this guy. Just duplicate you. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god. This is a pretty important panel. So I think we put it out here. It could even be here. And we're just going to call this message pop-up. Enable it. Icon. Need like a warning symbol. Could have info. There's nothing else better than that. That's what I'll go with. Skull emoji. Info button is looking the winner at the moment. Yeah, alright. So then in the text, we can just say info. Message. Sure. Not a huge deal. The exit button is going to actually need a bit of extra functionality on it. So I think what we're going to do here is the UI manager is going to need... We can add it up. Maybe add it down here. Yeah. Message, pop up. Here we're going to have a serial. Oh. Let's type it all again. Serialized field, private game object, m underscore message pop up. Then we'll also want a TMP underscore text called message pop up text. And then we could probably have this hard set in a string. We could put this into a script, like a config, but I don't think it really matters. Private string. M underscore sick message. I guess we do need to handle 2 people calling in sick at once. Something I didn't think about. Sick. Someone has called in sick. They will not be able to work for 2 days. It's basically what it's going to say. But yeah, there's the instance that 2 people can call in sick. I mean, there's going to be an option for even 3 people to call in sick eventually. So, yeah, we'll do a sick message 2. There we go, sick message 1. So in here we can probably have a public void sick notification. We can provide a list of strings. We can just call it names. If names dot count is less than or equal to 0, return. Else if names count is equal to 1, m underscore message popup dot set active true. Else if names count equals to 2. Else if names count equals 3. We don't have 3 enabled yet, so we're just setting up this. We're going to go m underscore go string message equals m underscore sick message 1 dot replace with names 0 m underscore message popup text dot text equals message. Message equals message dot replace 1 with names 1. Whoa. Okay, and then we can do this one more time. 2 2. All right, we need something for pausing the game when this happens. So we can go float. Nah, whoa, hey, ease up. Message pop up. We can go private float m underscore cached time scale. M underscore cached timescale equals time dot timescale. Time dot time scale equals 0. Public void close message popup time dot timescale equals m underscore cached timescale. Okay, so I just saw a fly running around. That's going to piss me off. So come to the message. This is the message pop-up. Make the exit button also read off of this, and it's going to go close message pop-up. Sick notification, so we can at least assign it in here. Message pop-up, message text. Zero has called in sick. They cannot work for 2 days. We probably do want a couple of new lines in here. Let's go. They cannot work for 2 days. And have called in sick. Okay, that's that set up. So now we can turn you off, put the onboarding message back on. Maybe it does go behind the onboarding. All right, so now we can go to, man, who even does that? Is it the NPC spawner? No, it'd be staff spawner. Yeah, yeah. So where are they being sick? Are they? They are sicko mode. Shit, there is going to need to be another message for their happiness being 0, but that's fine. So sick roll. They are sicko mode. I'm gonna chuck a else in here because we're gonna do one pop up for them quitting, just hard quitting. That's gonna go hard as fuck. So in here we're going to go list of strings called sick employees equals new list string. Sick employees dot add. We need their name. So when we get out of this for each loop, UI manager dot instance dot sick notification employees. We should probably have a check in here actually that's like this, I think. If account is less than or equal to 0, return. And then we have all of this stuff after it. I know I could technically add this check in that other script. It probably makes it cleaner, but So I think now, because of this, they can call in sick. So we can probably test this, I think. Can use the same one. So we're gonna keep working Georgia until she's sick. Probably should have done my recipes as well, but it's okay. Well, oh, just timed him. More mayo, more lettuce, more cheese, more chicken. That's all, the trifecta. Well, that's not a trifecta, is it? Quadfecta? Is that what you'd say? But yeah, it needs more of every ingredient on the chicken burger. That makes it really easy. Quadfecta. Sounds dumb. That sounds like a dumb word. Happy, you ordered a chicken burger. Yay! Less beans, less beans. Maximum fatigue. Coffee, everything's good. Cafe was dirty. Georgia has called in sick. They cannot work for 2 days. Get absolutely rinsed. Okay, the timescale didn't work though. Which is a bit annoying, so let's actually quit to main menu. We can just run that back again, because she's still going to be maximum fatigue. Okay, we need to clear our save data there, actually. That's going to be annoying. Oh. Not the end of the world, actually. Because it's a lot more visually represented now that they don't have anyone rostered, so... So why is it not pausing? Let's quit to main menu. Okay, let's have a public bool pop-up active get private set. So we can pretty much hard stop that code from ever running. So if we come to the time manager, start coroutine. Huh? Cafe manager start day? Yeah, okay, so that's when we start doing all the spawning. So it's probably this. So you go if, nice, it's while UI manager dot instance dot pop-up active is true. Yield return null. I think that's how we're going to handle it. Damn it, she came to work. God damn it. She lasts another day, I'm going to probably be tilted, to be honest. Oh my god, she's going to last into the next day. This is why we need to add regrowth to like each consecutive... I mean, realistically, her happiness is meant to be going down. Actually, it probably should be, right? I think I do have the functionality set up that her happiness should be going down. We can test that out on the next day. See how we did. Yay, we made a profit. Yay. 56 again. I can probably test some extra functionality here. So let's go. Ah, yeah, bugger it. Just go 20, 40. Is that how many? Yeah, 56. Bang. Okay, so recipe selected. Come in here, add this soup. Add that. Strong. Oh my god. She's not calling in sick. Someone help. Alright, let's test out this review, yes? Nope. More onion, more tomato. Easy. Yeah, look, her happiness is like hella down. Like, realistically, if she works another consecutive day and doesn't quit and doesn't call in sick, she will quit. Pop-up didn't happen. Or did she just quit? I actually don't even know what happened. The pop-up should have occurred. Does that mean she's sick? No, I think it is just... Oh, so the reason that happened was because, yeah, they hit this. So they should have quit. Oh, yeah, you just got banned. See you later. Do not... delete the message as well. Yeah, get out of my chat. Do not spam me with your cringe. Shot fired. So I mean, that's probably fine. But I haven't set them up quitting out. I'm going to be doing that soon, so it's fine for me to not have that implemented. It's just annoying for testing purposes. What I might actually do is I'm going to go to the sick roll. I'm going to make it a 33% chance that they call in sick. Hey, Stubby. How is it going? Sick roll. Yeah, okay. Let's try that. I don't need to test any of that other stuff, so let's just hard set it to 56. It's def a Monday. Yeah, well, I guess it feels like a Monday for me, but it's a Tuesday. Recipe selected. Whoa, okay, that's a bug. Let's just fix that now rather than work through that. It's going to be staff panel. Wait, what? Oh. Just use that as like a backup, maybe. And it's gonna reinitialize. Yeah, it should be it. I saw just because you're a Pokemon player. I don't know if it was a new app or something, but I know there's like the TCG like phone app now that apparently is like popping off. A lot of people are playing it. Yeah, I actually downloaded it yesterday. I was playing it for a little bit. So is it new? Is it like it only just came out recently or something? Because I know I think I saw a post on Twitter that like they just have like an insane amount of people that have already downloaded it. I got it. It's a very simple version of the normal card game. Mostly pay to win gacha game. Yeah. Seems like it. I guess I mean, you could probably go into a lot of detail about it, but like, I guess TLDR is like, how is it a simplified version of the normal game? Like, what are the main differences of playing the actual game as opposed to that? It's annoying. But whatever. The mechanics are similar, but not the same. Like energy isn't automatic. It's normally a card you have to find. Okay. 2, you can have 5 Pokemon on the bench instead of 3. Yep. 3, the cards themselves have simpler abilities compared to the normal game. Yeah, okay. Um, I guess in terms if you have to find energy yourself, is that just in your normal deck? So in the mobile game, you have 20 cards. Do you have a larger deck size because you also have energy in your deck, or do you have like a separate energy deck or something like that? Yep, normal depth is 60. It takes 6 points to win. Okay, yeah. If you try to draw for your turn with an empty deck, you lose. Energy is just cards in your deck. Okay, cool. Damn sick. Yeah, I think one thing I noticed, like, obviously need a good deck, but when I was playing it, it's like the most annoying thing was it's like if someone had like a, I mean, I know it's easier ways to counter it, is just like have a card that like have a deck that counters it, but it's like I was getting fucking rinsed by people that had like the Mewtwo card in the game because they just like have it on their bench giving it energy, and then like they put it in, it's instantly able to just do 150 damage, so it can just wipe out anything on the board. Like loses 2 energy because of it, but like pretty annoying. Jeez. Yeah, there are a few very strong cards that are hard to get unless you buy them. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of just like any card game, I feel like. It's just like there are some just like crazy cards. Check reviews. Perfect. Price is quite cheap. I think Paradox was playing Cafe Haven on stream today. He was playtesting the build. I always do love when I get to the point of being able to playtest builds, because I think I mentioned it before, is like with how like bugs work and like the tour bus and stuff like that is, you know, the way I play a game, obviously because I've made all of the mechanics, I know how everything works. So for me, everything feels intuitive, but seeing like a fresh player's perspective on it, you're able to get really good feedback on it. So obviously, like, it's even kind of biased in the point that, you know, the people playtesting the build have probably seen the stream, so they kind of have like a rough idea of how everything works. But I sent the build to 2 people I used to work with at the game studio I was at, and they haven't seen the game at all, so they gave me like the absolute freshest like opinions of the game. And like one of the people is like, he always gave me detailed feedback when we were at work as well. And like, yeah, he gave me this long list of things of things you like, things that could be improved on or like made more intuitive, and that's awesome. Like it's like the first thing I did this morning is like the daily checklist now has buttons, so you can see if it's a red button, right, you haven't checked your reviews yet, and once you've checked them it turns green. Tells you your recipe selected, but it's just an easier way to like open the panel as if there are buttons here as well. But it's just like little things like that. It's just like where I didn't think, oh yeah, it's like whatever because I know where all the buttons are, but a new player doesn't, so it's like making their experience easier. It's pretty cool. Fun times. One more bit of trash, maybe? Yeah, there it is. Cool. It's not that bad in the normal TCG just because there are so many different versions of all types of decks, and there isn't one deck that's like super strong, just crazy expensive. However, I know that is the case with games like Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Magic game. Yeah, for sure. Service really slow, it's unfortunate. Got tons of that in stock. Okay, so we need Georgia to call in sick. I literally had it before that she didn't call in sick for like 5 days in a row and then basically hit the quit check. So, oh my god, it's gonna happen again. I even made it a higher chance. I made it a 66% chance that they're gonna call in sick. Come on, calling sick. There we go. Georgia's calling sick. They cannot work for 2 days. Okay, time didn't start. And if we close it, it has started back up again. Cool. That's working. Absolutely getting multiple perspectives and seeing the different ways people play the things that make the game nice for them. The habits is what not, and whatnot is really important. Yeah, man, I couldn't read for half a second there. Yeah, for sure. Like it's, I think his like detailed message was like, I think I like copy pasted and put in like a Word document. It's like 800 words. Like he's so detailed. I love it. Yeah, words are hard. It's true. But yeah, it's cool. Like I've moved all of my work over onto a Trello board now, just so I can keep track of things a bit easier than either the whiteboard or a notepad. But it's just like, I mean, I was always going to do this, but like, yeah, these two things were like directly off of someone's feedback and like just makes it a lot easier and stuff like that. But it's, yeah, it's pretty cool. So I guess what's the last thing I need to do this? I've got them unrostered, this, and this. It's the last one that just needs to include their expected wage. I keep forgetting to play test. I really want to do that soon. I'm taking next week off. Yeah, too easy. I think I'll probably be changing the game quite a lot this week. I'm only streaming 2 days this week, but I'll probably do a bit of work off stream as well. But for the most part, like, all the mechanics aren't really changing. It's just how they kind of interact with the user a little bit. But so even if you play like a older build, because I'm not going to be putting out a new build of this for quite a while, I think. But it's still all valuable information for me. Alrighty, so we need staff panel. Um, oh, I know why that bug happened before. So we're loading the recruitment panel. Straight away, aren't we? Yeah. That said, why am I doing that? Can probably fix it by just changing the order of operations to be that. Wait, that's the... something like that. Oh, just 1 second, I'm just gonna chuck the aircon on, it's starting to get pretty warm. How has life been going for you in general? That is a very deep question, Stubby. But yeah, I mean, good. Like a lot less stressed. Like that was probably like my big thing when I was working at my previous job, is just every day stressed about shit that was happening at work, undisclosed things. So kind of getting rid of that out of my days is pretty good. But yeah, like for me, it's just like I'm, you know, refinding my love of game development, because like while I was working at the company, it was like plummeting. It's taken a lot of the fun out of game developments. Now that it removed all that and I can just focus on things that I find fun and find cool is awesome. What about you, Stubby? How's your life in general? I think we could add like a little expected wage thing up in the top left, maybe. Is going to be really small. Half of 65 is 32.5. I can already tell that I'm not going to like how this is going to look, but we'll run it back anyway. Yeah, it's going to be way too small. Hmm. Put it up by the title. I don't know, I can just play with around different placements, I guess. So it could go like down here. This means I can actually make these bigger now. Let's go 20. Could go. Even up here. We could see, I'm in that stress work stage currently. I have a job that pays pretty well and I have a great boss, but it's a far drive and life stress is starting to pile up. Yeah, it sucks. I think for me is I don't think I would get in trouble. Well, I probably would get in trouble for saying it. I'll say it anyway. I was in a job that didn't pay that great. Don't get me wrong, for like what I need money for, it was fine, but like in terms of like average income, I guess, in my country, wasn't that great. I had a lot of problems with our management sort of stuff and process and all of that sort of stuff. So that's like where a lot of my stress came in. But the benefit, it was like I was working from home, so I didn't have to do any of the traveling and commuting and stuff like that, which is good. But what if that's a little sorting group. That's annoying. I can just have it as a child of that, right? Yeah. Because then it can be this. And then we drop it down. So like, yeah, negative 60. Something like that. I can live with that. Let's put it there like that. Life is tricky. If I was doing something I enjoyed, it would sure be a lot easier. If I were to provide my words of wisdom on the matter, is it's dangerous actually working in a field that you enjoy. 1 second, someone's at the door. Be right back.
All right, so back to my words of wisdom. Now, look, yeah, the goal is like you always want to work in like a industry or profession that you love and enjoy. Like it's a no-brainer. The caution that I would always have is just like you need to be at like a place that like really aligns with what you love about that particular, whatever the profession is. Because, I love game development, right? It's like I love video games, always have, probably always will. But I was beginning to hate game development working at this company just because my goals didn't align, or like my goals, my passions didn't align with what I was doing, the work I was doing. But that's why, like, me working for myself now is like, obviously, that's the best thing that you could do. It's just like, because if I ever have a problem, it's just a problem with me. It's not a problem with things that are out of my control. So that's always the scary thing, because it's just like you don't ever want to hate the thing that you love, because that could probably lead to some pretty dark paths, right? Where, I don't know, it's like, I know like grass is always greener, right? Where if you have a job and you kind of just treat it like it's a job, and it's just like, it's whatever. It's like, I know this isn't the thing I love, but it's paying the bills. Like, there is kind of a weird acceptance of that sort of thing that kind of makes it a bit easier to deal with. Where it's like, for me, it's like I couldn't separate that. Like, I couldn't treat my job, like when I was having really stressful days, I couldn't treat my job as a job, because that means I was just like actively not caring about game development, which is not good. But I don't know, it's a weird one. Alrighty, so let's go on here, go wage mount. It's a delicate balancing act, working with your passions. Exactly. No, that's exactly the best way to put it. Because, like, for me, it's just like, if I kept working at my old job, I definitely would have gotten to the point where I just wouldn't want to do game development anymore. And then it's like, considering that's like what I've gone to university for, and it's like, that's my degree, and then like having to be like, okay, well, if I'm not going to do that, what am I going to do now? Like, oh, that would have been scary. Alrighty, getting sidetracked now. So, the payroll panel. Whenever we're loading the payroll panel, we're going to go m underscore expected wage payroll text equals staff data source dot payroll data m underscore current config. I really hope there's expected wage on here. There's not. Scary. So who holds the expected data? It's just on the config itself. That's easy. So it's actually just this. Expected wage to string. I think another problem I had as well was the fact that I was working from home meant that, work-life balance is a very fickle thing where it's just like, because you kind of always have work at home, it's a bit harder to separate it as well. So it's, you know, the reason why I could never do personal projects as well is like sitting at the same computer where I'm stressed all day is like then trying to sit at the computer and not be stressed and work on something I enjoy. Like I couldn't just do that. There's another thing. So it's like, that's definitely one of the downsides of working from home. I think the upsides are still probably better than the downsides, but yeah. So we need to assign that new bit of text. Expected wage amount. I think that's done now. We can quickly test that. Put the onboarding guy back up. Also, I mean, you probably saw the ping as well, Stubby. I'm sorry, I'm jumping topics all the time. I think on like sometime last week, I picked up 2 followers off stream. Don't know what it was for. So then I saw, I'm like, oh man, I'm getting close to this follower goal again. So that's why I sent out the ping. Was it yesterday? Just trying to get a couple more. So I got 2 more. So we got 4 more followers needed. Crazy. Expected wage 30. That's correct. And if we hire Tommy, whose expected wage is 35. Okay, cool. It's loading. Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. I probably have a couple of other people I could ask to follow my channel as well, so I might do that off stream today. Go ask them, like, hey, if you don't mind. All right, so that's now got the expected wage. So we can chuck this into this guy, and then let's pull in staff happiness. So for this, while above 50%, they cook as intended, but below 50%, their performance is slowed. Yeah, this is going to be a tricky one that I don't actually know really how I want to implement yet. So it's all going to be code related. So if we come across to this guy, who's going to deal with this? NPC guy, maybe? No, not NPC, staff spawner. I'm going to put something. All right. So here we go. Object setup staff. Cooking speed. So this is probably where we need to go. If staff data source dot payroll data staff dot happiness is less than 50. I don't really like that number, actually. Let's just +2 for now.
Okay. I think this all gets done in the cafe manager, actually. I think it's in here. So we can have, if m underscore, no. Actually, no, we can do this. Okay, if m underscore active staff, which is wrong. This shouldn't be m underscore, by the way. It should just be. Yeah, I'm actually going to change that. That's bad. It's not a member. It's only a local variable. Dot expected wage is greater than so this means they're not getting paid enough. Gonna have to have an else if, because if it's equal, we just don't want their happiness changing at all. If expected wage is less than what they're getting paid, okay, so in here we can now go status dot happiness plus equals, oh no, this is negative equals 10, let's just call it. Plus equals 10, so we just need to have a couple of checks in here now. That's going to be if status is greater than 100, happiness equals 100. Have the same thing technically in here, so if happiness is less than 0, happiness equals 0. Okay, so that's fixing up their happiness now. So now we come back to the staff spawner. If fatigue is greater than or equal to 100, we're doing all of this stuff. I think we want to have another check in here.
I mean, there's a possibility that they quit while in here as well. I mean, we could separate it, right? So we can go like if staff data source staff dot happiness is less than or equal to 0. This is where they're going to quit. Where do we even use this? Oh, apply staff changes, statuses. Huh. I mean, this is all getting done, so maybe we can actually do this. Oh, I don't know, man. Overthinking this, I think. Affected staff is this. Affected staff add. Oh, this is only getting, okay. Nah, even I can't do that either, I don't think. It's getting messy, is it? It's not messy per se, it's just, it's kind of what I get for not implementing this at the time. Like, I had this, but then not kind of implementing the rest of that mechanic. So it's now, I've technically got two places where it needs to get called, because there's two things that can happen is like, and I think it's just how I'm going to do it, is like, their happiness can go down if they're working while being at max fatigue. So this is where they need to quit here, but there also needs to be, let's see, if they're rostered. There's also another check, because you can lose, because we just set it up wherever here, is their happiness decreases if they're not getting paid enough at the end of the day. So it means it can be at 0 while we try to spawn them. So now what's going to happen is, if you're trying to start on a day where their happiness is at 0, they're just going to quit. So I think we just add it in two places. So if it's less than or equal to 0 here, they quit. And then here they quit as well. Wait. What? I've got so many different things here. Status, happiness. Why do I have it twice? Okay, no, I was already had it accounted for. Maybe I'm actually fried and just not reading properly. Quitting instantly when your happiness hits 0 is pretty real, XD. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Trying to inspire confidence in people that, you know, if you're not happy, quit. So yeah, there's two things that can happen here. So it's if sick roll. Oh, you know, if they call in sick, they can quit. But Oh yeah, you know, no, I'm right, because this is still inside the fatigue thing, so it needs to happen in 3 places then. So if they are sick, they have a chance of quitting at the same time as well. Because there's a continue there, that's why. If they're not sick, but their happiness... I mean, that means realistically this one doesn't matter. I think. Because that's handling if they are sick. But if they're not sick... Oh, because that's where adding more fatigue. And then quitting. And then this is just if that didn't happen at all. Yeah, okay. No, I'm cooked, but yeah, it's right. It's going to need to be implemented in 3 places. Real cool. Real cool. Okay, so... For that, it means we come into here and we go... Status... mrostered equals... false. Just remember Undertale, and you never have to feel bad about messy code as long as it works. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, this isn't messy code, technically. I mean, I do have messy code in this game somewhere. Some of my scripts is like a huge nested thing, which is very bad, but hey, it works. It works. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how I'm actually going to get someone to quit. I guess technically it's the same as firing them, so we can probably copy what logic I had from fire. So it's this. Let's rip a screenshot of that. Not this guy. And we're removing them from the payroll data. So it means we want to go staff, recruitment data. That's not at all the variable I need to be getting. Recruitment data. And we need the config, which is staff equals false. Can't access a variable like that. Yeah, okay. Okay, no, so I'm probably overcomplicating this, I think. So let's delete this, delete this, delete this, and we're literally just gonna have a new method that's gonna be private void staff quit. It's going to need a staff config of who is quitting.
So we should do all of this stuff. Is rostered is going to be false. We are going to reset their wage back to expected wage. Sick days is going to revert back to 0. Happiness is going to go to I feel like because you can hire them again, and I feel like if they quit and you hire them back and they're instantly happy again, I don't think that's good. So I'm gonna like set it to be 50. Is sick. They're not going to be sick. And fatigue. I'm gonna put to 25. Magic numbers, not good, but it's fine. Because then here, we want to do a couple things. We're going to go staff data source dot payroll data dot remove config, but then in staff data source dot staff data config equals status. We also need to do staff data source dot recruitment data config equals false. Now we can just do that. We can just go staff quit. Are we still in a for each loop here? We are. So I think we still need a continue here, I think. Shit. Maybe. But then down here, after we've quit, we're going to do UI manager, quit notification. Okay, so once again, we need to be able to handle multiple people quitting.
we could tack onto this and go new list of strings and call them quit employees. In staff quit, this can be a string. Coding is like chess. You got to plan for everything your opponent, the player, can do and cover every option. Yeah, exactly. Because as much as I think that no one is going to have multiple people call in sick in a day or multiple people quit in a day, I think it actually is fairly likely that that can happen. So I have to make sure I handle it. All right, so this is going to return a string now. So now we're going to return config.staff name. So every time quit employees, every time we call quit staff, we're going to go quit employees.add. Okay, I see a problem. So how are we handling sick? Statuses add. Yeah, so I think continue there is right. So then here we go quit employees. Come back to this guy and just rename this sick and quit notification. Sick, okay, that didn't rename it, and quit notification. Rename this to be sick names. List string quit names. I put a thing at the end. That's what the problem is. Cool. Let me come back into this guy. Cool. It's in the real possibility, and having every little interaction covered is what makes a great game. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm going to have this game tested quite a few times by multiple people before it ever gets shipped, is to try and handle as many edge cases as possible. There is always going to be edge cases that you don't encounter, and that will happen to players. That's just what it is, but if you can try and cover as many as possible, it's what you aim for. You're a champion exploitation, yeah. Cool. So that handles that. So now we come back into the UI manager now. We're going to create some new stuff in here. Message pop-up. Oh, before I do that, let's rename it. Message pop-up text. Sick. Okay, we're going to duplicate all of these, and this is going to be quit. Legit thought about doing game testing because of how much I enjoy ramming my head at weird angles trying to walk through walls. Yeah, I mean, industry can always use more QA people. You know, they are a very valuable commodity, even if they don't get treated as such. They are very important. Alrighty. If sick names count, and quit names count is less than equal to 0, return. I mean, we're realistically going to be doing the exact same thing again. But here we're going to be going quit. I think that's right. So now we need to come and just set that panel, set it up on the panel. Turn onboarding off for a second. This is the message pop-up. Interesting. But this one's going to have a vertical sorting, middle center, control width, content can be the size of everything. This can be needs to be way bigger than that. 140. Text 1, text 2. I do realize now that this needs to be like that. Probably like this. Inside the bounds here, inside the bounds here. And then centers itself. Yep. All right. Means we also need by default, we want these off. However, if any of these hit, we want to set it to true. And if any of these hit, for the quit text, we want to set it to true. Okay.
So means by default we could probably have these switched off. Maybe. We'll see. Come on to this guy. So message pop-up sick is going to be the first one. Quit text is going to be this guy. Has quit. Easy. Okay. I think that means I can test all of this now. I pray. Let's start from scratch. So by paying her less, we should be able to decrease her happiness by 10. More lettuce, less chicken. Yep, cool. Happiness went down by 10. I say as that's a good, if that's a good thing. Potentially tanking their happiness. Probably should test that the happiness can go up as well, just to make sure I've got that functionality working properly. Whew. But at the same time, I don't really want to. Restaurant. More mayo. I mean, she's not even going to get happiness back.
Yeah, whatever. She'll probably call in sick before can even get her to quit. Oh, I just realized. Oh, we'll see what happens. I think I've got it set up that if she quits, it won't give you the sick message, because what's the point of saying she's sick if she's also just quit? Alright, she can call in sick now. And she did. Brilliant. Okay, so we do have a bug there, so I'll note that down now. Bug when staff call in sick, the weekly panel still, not weekly, the daily checklist still shows them as rostered. It's not actually a high priority bug, it's actually more medium priority, but we'll still fix it because it's part of what we're doing. I think we just need to call an update function. Okay, so the happiness went down again. We just keep sending it, I think. And wait for him to come back on. Just order the exact same meals again. Okay, so that's the bug there. I wonder why that is.
So now that her happiness is below 50%, she should work really slow. Yeah, she's definitely takes longer to cook. I feel like their movement speed should be affected as well. Got 2 more days and then they'll be unhappy and quit. Shit, they might even hit the sick count as well. So they should quit today. I need to make sure that I roster them on. No, they quit tomorrow because they're going to start the day with their happiness at 0, which means they also can quit. So this, they can also call in sick on the same thing. So this will be a test to see if I've got that functionality set up properly. Definitely going to change their movement speed as well to make it really, make them really lethargic. Roster them on. Good luck. Let's see what happens. Bang. Cool. Something broke. Collection was modified. Enumeration operation may not execute. Alright, so... the reason for that... we're applying all that stuff outside. Yeah, okay. So the reason for that is... because that happened during the day, I think we should be able to keep testing on that save file now. Because we're doing this, add quit staff, and we're changing data in here. So let's go like private void apply quit staff, maybe. List of staff config affected staff. Okay, well now that that's happening, affected staff quit. Dot add staff. This is realistically a pointless method now, but because I could just get that. Yeah, actually, let's just fix that up then. We don't need that anymore. Whenever we're calling this, let's just go, we're just adding the name directly. Okay. And then we come down here. Apply quit staff. Affected staff quit. I think that's what we do. Georgia has quit. We still have a bug. I need to see if she's still quit, if that's saved. Or if that hasn't saved yet. If it hasn't saved, it's going to be really easy for testing. It hasn't, cool. So we'll start day again. And we've got this bug to work out. So the reason for this, most likely, is affected staff is too big. And that's because we're probably hitting this. But then also doing... Wait, I wonder. It's because we're doing this. Affected staff quit, effective staff quit, effective staff quit. Apply staff changes. I mean, I can guess something that should happen is we should move. If there's any quit things, is let's remove it. Because we don't care about updating their data anymore. I think that could be the fix. Let's find out. Georgia has quit. And we're left with one employee. we'll run through the whole day just to make sure that she is actually then no longer in payroll. And we'll want to check, because I did set the variables to be, if I hire her back, she starts with like depleted stats as well. The fact I still gain rating if this happens during a day probably needs to be fixed, but not a huge deal for now. It's not present in the dictionary. Okay, so do have a bug there that we need to fix. So Georgia is back in here. Hey? Alright, so what do we got here now? It's trying to load Georgia. So the reason for that is she was who I last had open in the current payroll. So I just feel like if update payroll list, payroll items count, destroy, payroll clear. Okay, I think what could happen there? I think me just closing the game is going to fix that bug straight away. But is there like an on disable? No, I can use, there is. I think we go m underscore current payroll config equals null. I think that's the fix. Yeah. Higher. Alright, so her data isn't getting reset properly. I think that's actually due to, yeah, it's due to how I've got this set up. Mark it down as a bug. When hiring someone who has quit, their stats are being reset. It's kind of a higher priority bug, I think, so we'll leave it like that. But for now, it's not a huge deal. What I'm actually going to do because of that is I'm going to make this a lot easier for myself and go this guy, no, cafe manager, it's the end of the day, is not getting paid enough. I'm going to make this like -50 just so I can speed up how fast this person's going to quit. Pretty sure the critic's going to load in tomorrow as well. I think I should get enough rating from this. Oh, shit. Yep, there he is, the critic himself, Eric. What's up, Eric? Happiness has gone down a shit ton. Where's the critic at? There he is. What's up, Eric? Want some food, Jig? Nice. Okay. So Georgia, bad happiness, roster are on. I mean, is there anything you can do to recover happiness? I think you give them days off, maybe we can replenish their happiness. Pizza party, fuck, you're so right. Don't worry about giving them a raise or like anything like meaningful. Yeah, pizza party. Fucking hell, that's a good one. Alright, so she'll quit today. But it has to lower happiness, yeah, true. Makes more people quit. Today's gonna be so bad. Yeah, look at multiple people in queue. Weird. Obviously, I haven't done much testing with people in the queue. One went to position 3 rather than position 2. Super weird, but oh well. They know what they're doing. I mean, it's like still overtime, but it's not as late as I thought it was gonna be. Alright, so if we come back into the... Oh, damn it, we have to do all this shit. Sure, let's just get 70 chicken burgers. I don't care. Start week. And we come back into the staff panel, cool, that error's gone. Georgia's no longer on payroll and she's in here. That's cool. I should push all these changes as well, by the way. So I don't end up breaking something. Staff rework plus happiness. All right. Let's go inactive staff. Oh. I already had it. That they gain happiness if they're rostered off. It's at a very minute amount. Look at me doing things previously. Good on you, Ethan. Champion. Alright, cool. So that's sorted. I mean, that's kind of the happiness sorted then. I do want to make it so if they are below 50%, if we come to staff,
Shit. I don't have movement speed set up in here. I've got it defaulted on the Navmess agent. Oh, it's not a big deal. No, I lied. It's a big deal. Get rinsed. Okay. So let's have a private. I'm guessing it's a float. M underscore move speed. Cook time. Idle location. Let's add another one in here for float. Nah. Move speed. This is just going to be a modifier. Oh no, I can make it just like 0. So we can go m underscore agent dot speed. Plus equals move speed. Sure. That's pretty cool. And then it's in this guy, I think. Yeah, here. -2. I don't know even what their speed is set to currently, so I don't even know if that's a thing that matters. Wait, 0. Holy shit, okay, yeah, their speed do be pretty low. So 2, that's gonna take a big hit. Maybe we just like decrease it by 1.5? Yeah, let's go 1.5. Okay, so that's that set up. Let's go back to this guy. I mean, staff happiness is kind of done. Let's fix these bugs. Let's start with this guy first. When hiring someone who has quit, their stats are being reset. Yes, they are. So why is that happening? I believe that happens because when we hire them, we are setting data in here. Then adding them to payroll data. Does staff data get initialized anywhere? So that's going to be in this staff list. Load data. So it means I'm probably defaulting all of this in game data. So what's this? Staff. Staff status. Lots of variables. M underscore staff status is all default variables. Damn. That sucks. default more like D's. Ah, real mature, Declan. Real mature. I mean, this is technically still going to default some data, maybe. No, not really. Okay, so how are we going to solve that? Could probably have like a check in here that's going to be like if happiness does not equal. No, even that's not gonna work because if they haven't been hired, we haven't set any of that data yet. So it needs to be whatever we're hard setting into it when they quit. Which we're doing that in this guy. Nope, this guy. 50. If I mean, is there still edge case that you could? I mean, if you fire them, we want you to be using. The data's all default, so the data's always all going to equal 0, right? It's new int, yeah, okay. So if it doesn't equal 0, it's just we should be getting that data. Happiness does not equal 0, and don't really need this extra check, but I'm going to add it as just another thing. Wait. They can fire, and we can fire a person if they're fatigued at 100. No, but we don't care if it's at 100. It's if this m_fatigue does not equal 0. This means it's not default data. Else it is default data, so we will want to do this. But do that. I think that should be it. Test that. Did we save the day before she had already quit? I can't remember, so we'll go again. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, Georgia will quit at the start of the next day. Just need to make sure her stats save. Georgia's quit. Unlucky. Alright. Still got that bug, that's fine. So we come onto here. It's updating when we open the panel. Staff on payroll, that's correct. But if we hire Georgia now. Okay, cool. It's saved that extra data that we want. So that's good. So let's move that bug to down here. I mean, I technically, I can do a better QA than that. Alright, so that's that. When staff call in sick, the daily checklist still shows them as rostered. Yep, that is happening. Can probably find that out by when start date panel. When are we calling this? Recipe panel, time manager. Calling that when we update the footer. Which is on enable. Well, I think the weird thing about that is it should always show 0. Regardless, at the end of every day, it should show 0. Where are we even doing that? Time manager? Maybe we can just call it at the end of all of this shit. I don't know, okay. Oh. Maybe that. Start a new save because of that.
Actually, I don't even think that that's going to do anything, because we're calling it... Oh, look, I don't know. We'll try it out. No, we don't want to do that. Who cares about reading? Just send it. Start week. Dude. I don't know, we'll find out. Restaurant. Don't care about the reviews. Oh, no, not you. You. Georgia has quit. Wicked. Congrats, Georgia, on quitting. Huge. Still says staff rostered 1 of 1 and doesn't load until we click on the panel. So the reason for that, I think, is actually going to be we're probably doing things to do whether they're rostered or sick in here. So let's go load payroll list, basically, I think. No, it's not that. So why is opening the staff panel able to update it? Because it's this. We haven't changed the count until we've run this code. But it means what if this is staff panel's not referenced anywhere? God dang it. Shit. And we could just run this code again. It's kind of pointless that we're going to be running it. do something like that, maybe. Don't like that we're having to do that in there, but if it works, it works. All right. Georgia just quit. Quite unfortunate. Cool, staff roster's updated to 0 now. That's good shit. Alright. Fixed some buggos for sick/quit days. Oh, we should probably revert that variable as well. That's in the cafe manager, I think. Yeah, here. Reverting a testing variable. Cool. So, I mean, that's kind of all the stuff I wanted to get done. I probably haven't tested the movement speed thing, but I can do that. I think I want to add like a... Come into scenes, main. Turn off onboarding, turn on the staff panel. So I think on this thing, I want to add like a little bit of an indicator that like, and it's probably where I'm going to have like a tooltip on the mouse cursor as well, but if I have like a little exclamation or something in here. So if we go open up this guy, active, Liz, content parent, happiness panel. So in here, I want to add like, create empty warning icon. It's going to be probably top right. You go 50 by 50. Actually, realistically, it should probably be... That's fine, who cares? Image. I should probably grab... icon. Find where the icons are. Yeah, okay, so... we could just have like a thumbs down on it. This color's probably going to need to be this. Yeah, not really a huge fan. Could have the X. Warning. That's exactly what we want. Preserve aspect. I think we actually are going to want to make it smaller. 50-50. Drop it down on the y-axis. Probably 15 by the looks of it. Move it across as well to maybe like... maybe 15 works as well. So when we load the staff panel now, and this is the payroll panel. If happiness is less than 50, once again, I don't really want to go and test all of this out yet, but happiness warning icon here, and let's have a default off. Alright. If happiness is less than 50, go to fair work equals 1. Yeah. If only. Oh, shit, I am exhausted. It's getting too hot at night, man. I mean, that's kind of it. I don't really think I care. I'm not adding the tooltip in today because I got tooltips to add for multiple things. I guess I should test all that working. We good. Added warning icon for happiness. Damn it. That's meant to be turned off by default, and this is meant to be turned on. Alright, let's test it. Scenes, main menu. I'll play properly as well for this as well. Start week. Just run. More mayo, more mayo. Got extremely lucky on fires. I think there was only one. Huge. More lettuce, less cheese. More lettuce, less cheese. Restaurant. Instantly bad luck. 3 fires in a row. Make it 4. Oh, almost. 4? 4 fires? 5 fires? So 5 out of 8? More chicken. Two. I probably should rest her off. I'm only testing the happiness thing. I don't care about the sick thing, so rest her for a day. She gains 5 happiness from being arrested, though. Come on, man. 2 fires. Three fires. 4 fires. I'm not going to time him now. Oh, no. Kill one. Kill, kill, kill. 56 still. Hate that bug. 56, start week. Rostered. Alright, there you go. We've got a warning on Georgia now. We roster her on. Don't need any reviews. That's good. It's still selected. So now she should be like... really, she should move slower as well. She's definitely moving slower, yep, that's a tilter. That's annoying. That's so annoying. I'm gonna make it not as slow. Oh, you literally lose out on timing people because of it. Oh, that's a classic. Alright, cool. So we'll change that. That's getting done in the NPC spawner, I think, or the staff spawner, I should say. So let's just make it -1 instead. Still getting slowed, but not as much. So that should be fine. Updating unhappy staff speed. Wicked. Alright, well I think that's all of the staff related things I wanted to get done today. So I guess what am I going to do tomorrow? Let's have a think about that. Recipe rework. What do I want to do on this? Daily checklist shows how many recipes I have active I've already done. It's also a button. Done. Haven't added recipe tiers. Let the list sort by tier. Need to do that. So we'll definitely do that tomorrow. Shop rework. Add estimated customers. That's going to be easy. It's just a little thing on the side. Should make it on both. I mean, it's the same prefab, so of course that would get done. You clown. Make recipes default at 3 per item. Yeah. Add an auto buy. Yeah, it's doable. I reckon we could definitely get that done tomorrow as well. What did I want to do with trash? Make them tied to customers rather than time. This is cool. I'm going to do that instead. Food review rework. That's kind of important. I think I should do that first before the trash rework. Cool. Alright, so tomorrow working on recipes, the shop, and adding some little HUD. I guess the little HUD thing I can talk about it is like, just to make it a bit easier that like you can see yourself gaining money. Like it does go up, but like when you gain or lose money, I'll just have like a little floating text that like kind of animates down then fades out. Same for followers, just to like add a little bit of extra polish on that. So we can do that, and then these reworks. I mean, I might be able to get all of this done in a day pretty easily. Then I could pull in something else. If I pull in something else, it's probably going to be this. Do something easy as well. So it's a quality of life thing that one of the playtesters suggested is like, although yeah, we do have the speed. I can open up. Although we do have the speed things, it's like it can be a bit annoying that if you're wanting to pause or slow down when you're doing some of like the quick time events or real time events, it's annoying to have to flick your mouse down there then and move back up. So he's saying something like if you hold down space while space is being held down, it's at the maximum speed, and then when you let go it then reverts back to potentially 1 times or whatever you had it set to. So yeah, add that as well. Shouldn't be too hard, but I think this is what my day is looking like tomorrow. It's not too bad. I'm going to get through this all quick. It's like, this is meant to be like a lot of upcoming work, but realistically, I'm going to do work off stream. Like, I probably get all of this done by the end of next week. Apart from the animation stuff, that's going to be very involved. Cafe upgrade's going to be very involved as well. But like, once all of this is done, is probably where the next playtest is going to get done. But yeah, cool. All right, I'm going to call it there for the day. Slightly early, but all of the other tasks are kind of a bit too big to get into at the end of a stream. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you tomorrow at the same time. Catch you later.